What is going on, everybody? Hope you lot are well. Today we are taking a first look at Farming Simulator Signature Edition. We are playing on the Nintendo Switch 2. Full disclosure, code for the game was provided by the publisher, but please keep in mind it's not paid content. The publisher has no control of my critical opinion of the game. We are covering this on the 15th of the 12th, 2025. So this came out like a week ago, I believe. So yeah, if you don't know what Farming Simulator is, this is another one of those job simulators. But you know, based on farming. So even though this is called Farming Simulator Signature Edition, this is actually based on Farming Simulator 25. There's another game that we've actually covered on the channel on the Xbox Series X. Reason I bring that up is so we're gonna go pretty in depth with this one. So the plan is we're gonna play this, then we're gonna boot up the Xbox version, and there's two modes in the Xbox version. You know, we're gonna check that out to compare it to this one, and then I've done some frame rate analysis graphs that I've recorded pre-stream to show you, because there's a lot of issues with this game and there's a lot of stuff that is going on. So that's the plan for today. Obviously, we're live streaming this over on Twitch and YouTube. We'll put out an edited video later, and we might put out another separate edited video just based on performance and stuff for anybody who's curious. Another thing that I haven't got here, because I've actually waited for this over the weekend to see what's going on, the intro cutscene. There's like an animated, like pre-rendered cutscene, whatever, on the other console versions and PC. That isn't here, so they've cut that also, which I don't know why, because it's a 20 gig download. So all right, that was a lot to go over. Again, it may seem like I'm being hell of negative on this game to start off with, but like, I suppose that's just me telling you, you gotta know what you're getting into. But at the same time, yo, I'm kind of liking the game. I like this game. You know, to play it portably is also hella cool, but there's caveats, you know. If you hold down R2 or RZ, whatever you want to call it, you get your run button here, and you know, on this one is, so if you hold down L, you got your lure cultivator. You right there. Just lower and then cultivate this field. Then you got your full, you know, inside cockpit view. You can introduced, I think AI was maybe a mod in the last game, not sure because I didn't play 23, but like they fully got it integrated here in this game. If you press D-pad like up or down, you know, you can go full zoom out, because literally you're going to be playing a lot of the game, like maybe not this much out, but you know, you're playing like here. I'm being honest. See the frames right there? Don't worry, it gets a lot worse. And then you can obviously turn on cruise control if you don't want to hold down. I go here. I just want to focus on doing straight lines. The beast. I did a lot of my frame rate test. Oh, got start engine. Anybody curious what the horn sounds like? It's terrible. Like that's like obviously doing like your job sim stuff is one aspect of this game, right? Another aspect is, yo, if you like tractors, trucks, you know, there's a lot of those in this game, so it's like really hits that itch, right?
Good, you're almost set now.
Alright, grain tank, unfold. There is a suspension option here. Like if you don't want to get motion sick, you can turn off the suspension wobble. I think I've got it on lower. Yes. Cruise control on. First person mode, why not? Do you realize? So some of them, this is why some of the community is mad, because some of the mods are important, right? Like I think maybe one of the mods is like lines or something, or navigation lines. I don't know. I could be talking on my backside about that, but there is something. I've never played with mods anyway, so I can't really speak to that, because I'm a console game player. I just play it because I like job sims and they're fun to do, and I don't really get that in depth with them. I'm not even missing the multiplayer options, if I'm being honest with you, because I play by myself. That's why I'm more excited for this game. Yo, we got like a full version on mobile, on Switch, right? On mobile, be able to take this platform, because obviously Switch is portable wherever you want to go, and it's not just like a cut down. It is cut down, but you know what I mean, fully cut down mobile version, right? Sure, graphic downgrade, major performance issues, but there is some saving grace, right? You can turn off traffic if you want, by the way.
To empty. Meat,
And that's how it's meant to work. We cut it so it's smoother, but yeah, that's a bug in the tutorial, man. If you turn off the engine, it won't auto do it, and it doesn't let you switch back to the vehicle.
Done, kiddo.
Vehicle, I guess that's why the tutorial, at least you leave the auto start. Turn off vehicle. But that really is a bug then, because if you had the default option on, as soon as you leave the vehicle, the engine turns off. But then if the engine was off, how was it gonna auto unload anyway? Legitimately found a bug. Sorry about that. Audio levels are going to be all over the place in this first look. Because if you're zoomed in close to your vehicle, the vehicle sounds drown you out. You got to turn the audio down. But in actual fact, you're not playing this game that zoomed into your vehicle, like here, you're playing like here, and it makes the game too quiet. This guy's driving like a lunatic. It's always pretty cool to get a new vehicle without. The equipment is hella cool in this game. It was a gift. No idea. Puppets of a boy. Pinocchio? Right, that's the we're getting ventriloquist doll. That's hey, look how nicely they plowed their field. Like there, so it makes baling easier as well. Sure. Does it automatically bail? I don't understand what happens here now. Either pop in with the textures though. When you got cruise control and you can adjust the speed of the vehicle. Oh wait, did it? Oh, here we go. Gonna get bored in a second. AI worker mode. Hold. Okay, there's a lot going on here, so can I get out? Have a look around. Gonna have to take each bit of equipment manually. Throw the rocks in that. And so let's go here. Oh shit! Oh my god, you almost give me a damn heart attack. These not that damn AI don't give a shit. Oh man, literally driving death machines also. Like driving out of junctions, just don't care. After making that big speech, I this driving alongside the road. Speaking like I know what I'm talking about. I was thinking I would wonder if that'd be a good job, just like you don't own a farm, you don't work on a farm, you just drive the vehicles, right? I guess if we're talking about hazards, like one, you're sucking in diesel 24/7, and two, like all the crop dust and stuff is also probably not great for you, right? But if anything, a lot of them wear like in respirators and stuff now, right? Or some stuff. Definitely when you're spraying like large scale fertilizers and stuff, right? Other chunk missed. Also, wow, look at the frame rate on the tires right now. What the hell? Are they running like 10, 20 frames a second? That looks crazy. Damn. Look at that. I mean, at least they got reflections though, unlike Assassin's Creed. Yeah, you wait till we get to the frame rate test, chat. Spoilers. Worst performing game on the Switch. Dude. Screw you, AI. You gotta watch a YouTube video on how to make the AI work while you're watching a YouTube video. Sorry, boys and girls, I have no clue. Game is just further proving AI sucks. Oh, is this on? Oh, that's not how I thought this would work. Oh, okay. Well, that explains it. I was like, dude, how is it gonna... I was right there. Okay, I was on the right path though, chat. I was just like, how is it gonna get up and down? How is it gonna get up and down? That answers that question. I'm a genie. That counts, right? Wait, does it connect from the front or the back? I have no idea. I wonder if you would drive this on the road usually, or you would take another, that you would load this on a truck or something. Probably load it on a truck, right? Unfold feeder. Gives the smallest one on planet Earth. Lower feeder. Turn on feeder. I have no idea why you would need to do this. Like, what crop would they be growing here? Oh my god, okay. Freaking hell, this thing is turning on. I teeter his grass and destroyed it. Yeah, this frame right here is hard to look at, man. This is a shudder fest. Like, I know a lot of people said with like the series version, oh man, 30 FPS is literally giving me a headache. I can't do it. Da, da, da. I didn't think so that much, but like, this is probably 20 frames. Yes, okay. Maybe I'm just used to like 30 now because I play console games so much, but so I'm assuming I unload that, so that's for that. So let's do that. Let's turn that on. Back. Yo. Damn, that is a nice truck. Tractors. Go connect. What an amazing bit of equipment. How big that back tire is. Wow. Literally looks like something out of the Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds are good. Wow, it's been so long, I can't even remember. I can't remember the theme tune. Oh, let's go inside this. Damn, what the hell is going on in here? It's nice. I didn't touch him, chat. I literally just brakes. I've got a feeling it's gonna chuck it on the floor. Turn on harvester. Let me go inside and do that. The thud was a little bit louder inside. Turn on harvester. Chucking the grass back out there. I don't even like carrots. Carrot juice, boiled. Actually, maybe in a salad. Maybe like, you know, thinly sliced. Little bit of bite. But that even then, way too. The word I'm looking for. Earthy? I don't know. Right, this is good. Okay, you know what? Let's stop here. Let's save. I feel like we've showed enough of this game off. Let's go save here. What we'll do now is let's switch over to some Xbox. I'm gonna show a little bit of that off, like 5-10 minutes, just so you can see the difference in 30 FPS there, 30 FPS here, and the graphics differences. Maybe we'll check out performance mode as well, and then we'll load it into some frame rate graphs, and then we'll come back here to give some final thoughts. So yeah, stay right there. We'll be right back. Hopefully I set up a save where we're doing the tasks. I don't need to show a lot of this off, right? And just go pull my stuff off, and maybe we'll drive around a little bit so you can see what the city and that looks like graphic wise. Loading times ain't the quickest on this version also. I guess we might keep this in just so you can see a bit of a loading time test, right? Come on. Have I got a task save? Yes, I have a professional broadcaster. So yeah, as you can see here, 30 FPS. If we go here, I'm pretty sure I have a contract on. Still got pretty low draw distance, as you can see right there. But let's lower harvester, turn on harvester, and a little bit here. As you know, stable 30 looks like. Out of it. What it looks. You still see that around, you know, that draw distance arc. You can. It's even more so on the series compared to Switch, right? See what I mean here though, with like 30 FPS and it being like smooth 30 FPS? It's totally fine like this. Again, the way the pace that this game plays at, I if I had like the 60 FPS option and the 30 FPS option with better graphics here, it might be one of those where I choose 30. I would have to A/B test it because I didn't come back to this game to play it in 60 and like stream that, right? But if pop-in was reduced and draw distance was better, maybe I'd stick to the 30. It's not a racing game, right? Where I need to, you know, like Twitch reactions, whatever. All right. Oh, where it is? That's all right, right there. All right, so there you are. There's your 60 mode. Spoilers, it doesn't run at 60. You can still see Judder. I think it's got frame pacing issues. Pitch, whatever you call it. I did this on purpose. I wanted to know what it would run like with like attachment on the front. Maybe I take it back. Maybe everything running at like all this running at 60 is just, well, I'm not 60, 50. It's just once you see it, right, and it's hard to go back. But if you're just playing at 30, like it's fine. here it still looks a bit juddery. And I know why, because it's bouncing between 50 and 60. That's on the frame rate test. In out here. Yeah, there is a lot of frame pacing issues in this game at 60. A lot. It is juddering bad. But even again, like on Xbox Series at 60, this ain't the smoothest performing game, right? So like how much could they have done on, I'm not giving them an excuse, but like how much could they have done on Switch 2? Like some of it I would put to the dev, right? Like, maybe they gotta get better at, doing this stuff in their engine and all that. But this console is 10 times more powerful and is, not running great here. All right, so give us a couple more minutes. What I will do now is I'm going to jump into those frame rate analysis video that I made earlier. Okay, so let's have a look at these frame rate tests and comparisons that I recorded off stream, because this takes a while to do and I can't do this live, right? So first of all, here you can see Switch 2 footage, and I'm just like driving around in the overworld, so you can see what's going on with frame rate here. Look at the frame rate time graphs on the left there. It's bouncing between like 25 and 30. I'm going into first person here, and again, I purposely took a big tractor just to see what it would perform like. It's weird because at like some points it would like lock at 30, so it's not like dipping to 25 everywhere. Like maybe when it's loading things in, like when you're driving around in the world, that's why it's dropping. I'm not sure, but like you get a bit more stable frame rate here at some points in the overall than when you're actually cutting crops and stuff, which you're going to see in a second here. So again, uh going here to like cut crops on Switch 2, and yeah, as you can see straight away, it's dropping frames like constantly, like this is, I've recorded quite a bit here because it's like fascinating to see here. Because when I was playing off stream, like I noticed something straight away. I was like, wait, I've been playing this at 30 on series, and it feels, even though it's 30, it still feels smooth. Like, what is going on here? And there's like certain patches of grass or certain crops you can go to that makes it dip way more. Like, if see, I'm going first person viewer and it's like dipping to the 20s mark, right? And it's like staying there. 'Cause if you look at the frame time graphs, they're not coming down and bouncing between like 30. When it hits that 20, it like sticks there for a while. But I came to this, like, I don't know what seed that is. Like when I came here, and this is where I instantly noticed it, because it juddered like crazy. And I was like, wow, I've got to put this through the frame time analysis tool just to see what's going on here. Because yeah, as you're gonna see here right now, it's like concentrate, and there you go. You see it dropping to the 18s, the 17s. I'm not even driving right now. I'm staying still, and it's just like in this section is just locked between 17 and 20. And I've turned off the tool as well. So if the tool was on, imagine if I was actually doing a bit of crop, like dusting, whatever, like it would be lower, right? So let me just pause it there a second. So yeah, like officially then, this is probably the worst performing Switch 2 game, right? So, like I said, it's nice that we have the full fat version there, but some performance issues. So if we move over here now to Xbox Series X, um quality, well, it's not called quality mode, but it's performance mode off, right? So this is what it came with, Farming Sim 25, when the game first launched, right? When it didn't have its performance mode. But so as you can see, it's like it's locked 30, right? I'm not sure if it was like this stable when it first came out, but at the moment it is now. You might see a couple of judders, whatever here. That's me. Like I record this at 59.94 and it's a 60 FPS stream and all that. But like no, it's fine. It was running fine here. Um, and then I did some um harvesting, and as you can see again, going into first person, going inside the cab, and outside again, like locked 30, right? But again, I feel like it's totally playable. Fine is fine at locked 30. I played it for quite a month for at 30, but then we cover a lot of console games here. I'm used to 30, say a racing game where I need it to be 60 FPS, whatever. um so if they can get it, what I'm trying to say is if they can get the Switch 2 version that I locked 30, I reckon it would be totally fine. But a lot of times it's running at 20. That's where like the issue comes. I don't think that is like some people will be like, oh no, get this running at 60, which is like crazy, right? Like I don't, it's not possible. I don't think so. But like if they can get a locked 30, and then here you go here. I didn't drive run overall. I just did some harvesting just to show Xbox Series X in performance mode. We saw the judders when I showed you that footage, but yeah, it bounces between 50 and 60. So it's not smooth in this mode regardless anyway, right? And if they can't get running 60 on this console, they ain't getting this running at 60 on the Switch 2. And like underneath is it's the same game, right? They're basing it off of this game. So yeah, there you have it. What we do again now, we'll jump into back into Switch to capture, and we'll give some final thoughts. Stay right there. We're back on Switch to jump back into where we was here uh on Farming Simulator Signature Edition, or 25 Signature Edition. I think we're ready to give some final thoughts here. Let me turn off this engine so it doesn't drown me out. But yeah, as you can see from those frame rate graphs, right? Yeah, it has some performance issue, and again, I'm not gonna even judge it on can they get this running at 60. Like I don't think they can. If they can get this at a stable 30, that would be pretty good, but I don't know if they can, because like things we've noticed or while we was playing as well, like the way they like get that frame rate to even where it is, like the tires don't look like they move at 30 frames per second or 20 frames per second. They seem like even lower than that, right? Like that's some of the tricks they're doing to try to get this frame rate, air quotes, stable. Um so yeah, so I would say again, again, if you didn't see the beginning of the video, so like this is Farming Simulator 25 underneath. It's a good thing that it's not a mobile port. You get the full-fledged game here. It's unfortunate it doesn't come with multiplayer. It doesn't come with mod support. Even though they called it Signature Edition, it doesn't come with the DLC that is already out. We don't know if it's gonna get the DLC. I would hope it does. So it's the same. They call it Signature Edition. Like add something extra in compared to what was in the game a year ago, right? And they are charging full price for it. But again, I think it's a big like that seems like a lot of criticisms. But I still think it's a massive improvement from getting the mobile ports last generation, because you always had that choice of, okay, do I buy this on Switch? Is like double the price, or I can buy the same game on mobile and and it's way cheaper. So you always felt guilty buying the Switch 1 version. But here, this is again 20 gig download. This is the full-fledged game with some cut content rather than it being a total separate game, right? Like 400 vehicles, the free maps or whatever should we call them. But yeah, so I personally, I don't mind the multiplayer being not there, the even the mod support not being there, because that's not how I play these games, especially when you want to play this portably. They're job simulators, so you do this you play these just to kill some time and you're like vibing, right mood, right? And to be able to play this portably, exactly how we play like the SnowRunner games portably, is like cool to have a like a full fledged air quotes version here, right? But I don't think so that stuff I can forgive, but I don't think I can forgive the performance stuff. Because again, when you go to certain fields and certain crops, it's actually crazy how much the game starts to judder like at like 20. Like, so if they can get it running stable 30, I would be totally happy with this version. There's a lot of the hardcore. I've seen other people cover this game, and they don't cover console games, so they're not quite sure how to cover this. Right? They're more covering it in this regard of, oh, it hasn't got mod support, it hasn't got multiplayer. Like, I don't think like like your Switch players, that's what they're looking for, right? So to me, I'm not judging it based on that. I'm judging it based on it should be a more stable 30. Because at the moment, I think this might be uh the worst performing Switch 2 game. Yeah, so it's like a weird one. Again, when I covered Farming Sim 20 or whatever they called it, right? Like, I left that first look going, oh, you go to other farming simulator content creators if you really want to know about this game. But I've got a little bit more experience with this game now, and I was like, here I'm like giving different advice here. I was like, no, don't go to the PC players and ask them like what is the Switch version like, because they want something totally different than what the Switch players want. So I'm like, and my final thoughts are going to be similar for what they were with the Switch 1 game. Is like, yo, I'm really enjoying this. I really like this game. I'm glad it's on Switch 2. I'm even more glad now this isn't a mobile port and you get like almost a full-fledged version, so there's way more content. Not getting like totally ripped off here where you can buy the same game on mobile at quarter the price. And what's the point buying it on Switch 2? Where here's no, actually, yes, it has some performance issues that, as we can clearly see with those frame rate graphs, but it's mostly fully content complete here without the DLC, multiplayer, and mod support. I say that and then I have to list all those off. But you know what I mean, right? 400 vehicles, free maps, all that stuff is here. So some big strides in my opinion forward, right? But again, some like big performance issues as well. And like, knowing this dev, do I personally think I shouldn't say that, because then everybody was asking them for the 60 FPS mode in the console version. They added that months later, right? So like, maybe they improve performance here, but like I'm saying, even with all the issues this game has, I still think it's better than whatever we got on Switch 1. And if this is your only platform you have and you like farming games, just knowing the issues with this, I still think I would consider this. So yeah, there you have it. Again, short video will go up on YouTube. Live streams will be up under our live stream tabs on Twitch and YouTube. If you want to check out the full live stream, we might put out a separate performance video, just so if you want to know about performance stuff and separately. And again, we cover a lot of these job simulators here, whether it's the SnowRunner games or it's like your power wash simulator, stuff like that. So if you're interested, and again, like, we covered the last iterations of the farming sim games on Switch 1. If you're interested in those will be up on the channel. Speaking of Twitch, we stream there a couple times a week. Got community Discord. I'm on Twitter, TikTok. All that information will be in the description. Come check us out. If you did find this video helpful, please do me a favor. This is so much work. It's ridiculous. Just to do those frame rate graphs is like 6 hours to add like a 3-minute video into this. Do us a solid. Hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. I'd appreciate the support. Other than that, though, I think we're going to call it so. Thanks for tuning in. Much love. Peace.